Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk today about how Jeremy Corbyn needs to condemn Nicolas Maduro and all the pain and suffering he has inflicted on the Venezuelan people. Now, he has condemned all Venezuelan violence, but he didn't specify who's orchestrating most of the violence, and that's Nicolas Maduro, okay? There's a medicine shortage, and his foreign minister at the United Nations has basically lied and said there's not a crisis in Venezuela when it's blatant obvious that there is. Nicolas Maduro has basically took away and eroded democracy in Venezuela with that constitutional assembly, which basically, that constitutional assembly vote, it allowed the votes in rural areas where Maduro has some considerable support, allowed the votes from the rural areas to be counted twice, which is a fraudulent election, and it's an undemocratic way of voting. An undemocratic way of tallying the votes, an undemocratic way of counting the votes. And Corbyn is not condemning that, okay? He needs to condemn human rights, rather, if they're coming from the extreme right. In this case in Venezuela, it's not, it's coming from the extreme left. He needs to condemn that too. And he is losing points on this. And honestly, a professor of development politics at the University of York wrote an opinion op in the Guardian, which is a left-leaning newspaper for the UK. But even this professor has said that Jeremy Corbyn and his party, the Labour Party, are missing an opportunity by not condemning the violence in Venezuela, the violence by the Maduro government. And Jeremy Corbyn straight up refuses to condemn the Maduro government. Never mind in the mental health facilities. All the Venezuelans can do right now is put people in cages and treat them like animals or prisoners because there's not medicine to treat the mentally ill in Venezuela. There is such food shortages that people are waiting for hours just to get a few bags of flour. I mean, Jeremy Corbyn's not condemning that, and it's very wrong. Anyways, everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.